Hey everybody, Alyssa here for Becoming Memories. It is time for How to Kill a Kit with Style November layout share. So if you watched my kit reveal back at the beginning of the month, on the 1st, in November, obviously, you will have seen that I put together 5-page kits, and each one was intended to be a 12 by 12 layout with a pocket page beside it. So I've stacked these up so that I can show you all 5 layouts and all 5 pocket pages, and also show you how they look side by side. So this one here, this is a pink paisley line called Stitched that these florals are from. This is from a different collection. This is from a different collection. They're just kind of all over the place here. But I absolutely love how this layout turned out. I'm very happy with it. And this is the pocket page that goes beside it. And I did film this pocket page for my new series called Small Sketches. And I'm showing on that series how I sometimes use sketches to inspire my pocket pages. And so this was the first episode in that series, and I will try to link that video below. But you can see here how I carried the florals, I carried the paper, and I thought about actually trying to show you my leftovers from these kits, but honestly, as far as paper, there really wasn't very much at all. In fact, I ended up having to bring in some white and some black cardstock to complete my layouts, because in some cases I didn't even have enough paper in my kit to finish the pocket pages. So I completely killed the paper in basically every page kit. I did have a lot of embellishments left, but that's because I put entire packages of embellishments in, and of course we wouldn't expect to kill an entire embellishment pack on one, what is essentially a 2-page spread. So, alright, so that is the first one. And I'm probably not showing these in the same order that I showed in my kit reveal, so I apologize for that. I could have probably gone back and watched them, but I didn't do that. It's kind of late and I wanted to get a few things wrapped up before I head to bed. So this is the layout then for the next page kit. Most of this is from the Little by Little collection from Chamel. And I did not film this layout. I do have some journaling to add before I stick this in an album. But I'm pretty happy with this, how it turned out. It's very bright and colorful, and not the colors that I would normally gravitate toward, but definitely the colors that my daughter would gravitate toward. So this was definitely made with her in mind. And then this is the opposite pocket page. So as you might have guessed, this one and the last one were 2 weeks, 2 consecutive weeks. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. And so the 6x6, the 4 6x6 here, hopefully there's not too much of a glare. Those last 6x6 that I showed you would be on the back of this page. And here's the date. I always put the date. I'm trying to put the year more often because I've had some comments about that from people who have checked out my albums. So I'm working on doing that a little bit more. Okay, this was now page kit number 3, and I will be honest, this particular page kit, my papers that I pulled just really were not working for me, and so all of this, well, not all of this, most of this came from Project Life cards. I did go on some of these and pull some Project Life cards that were not originally in my kits, but everything else that you see here was. This paper here, these alphabets. Actually, this floral came from a scrap piece in my scrap drawer as well, so that was not in there either. You know, sometimes page kits just don't quite work, and the beauty of it is that you're in your room and you have your stash with you, and you can always adjust as needed. So I am happy with how this layout turned out with those adjustments. One thing that I did here that I wanted to point out is this piece of cardstock that I cut this kind of fishtail banner into. I did go and brush the edges with gesso all the way around, because over here It's tone on tone. It's the same piece of paper layered over itself. And I wanted to provide a little definition without really taking away from this design. This design came from a sketch, and I'll show you in a minute. I used that sketch again on the pocket page, which is right here. And this one actually, I believe, goes this way in my album, but there's not room to set that there because of my pile of junk over here. So I used the same idea of layering up these pieces all the way down the middle, and just separate this a little bit so you can see that a little bit better. And I did film a process video for this showing how I adapted the sketch to a pocket page, so you can watch for that to be up on my channel soon, or if I happen to get that up before this video, I will try to link it down below. So that was the pocket page for that. Okay, this one here, I promised you a process video because I was using this scene paper, and I did film it. It's not up yet at the time of filming this, but it may be up before this, and again, if that's the case, I'll try to link it below. This turned out basically exactly like I envisioned it, and this for me, other than the fussy cutting, was like a 30-minute layout, which is, I rarely do layouts in under 90 minutes, so it was super fast, and I do really like how it turned out. And here is the pocket page opposite. So this one here I did not film, I did not use a sketch, I just used my page kit. And you know, pocket pages, I feel like they look a little bit less busy when they're in the page protectors because they're separated a little bit more and a little more evenly, but I am really happy with how this turned out. And yeah, that is that pocket page. Okay, so this is, oops, I have this one backwards. What was happening here? I think I just moved that other one away with my, aha, that's what I did. Okay, here's the 12 by 12 for another page kit. And I went with kind of a diagonal design on here. This is, of course, an adorable photo of my daughter and her cousin, who are only 6 weeks apart. And it's not the greatest quality photo, but it is special to me, and I wanted to make sure that it got in the album. And so I went with kind of a monochromatic theme here. I did mix my metals. Sorry if that bothers you. We do have some gold here and some rose gold here. And on the flowers, that is rose gold as well. But this sticker just matched so perfectly with these other colors that I just decided it wasn't a big deal to me, and I was gonna go ahead and mix some metals. But there is rose gold in this paper that I use to matte, so the only gold that's not rose gold is this butterfly here and this sticker. And now that I've pointed it out, it will stick out like a sore thumb to you. But I did sprinkle some gold spatters with my mist, as well as some white paint spatters, and then I did some inking in the background. You can't see it very well because it's a very light color. It's Tattered Rose from the Distress Oxides, but it does add a little softness to the page. And hopefully the gold spattered around kind of makes the mixed metals a little more cohesive. So this is then the pocket page opposing. And this is a little bit different because this actually does have a little bit different feel than this layout does, but that's because I brought in the papers from the page kit a little more prominently. These two cards here, the 4x6s, were actually not big enough. The piece of paper that I had was not 4x6, and so I glued them together and then cut the 4x6 out so that I could use up every little piece of this paper. And I did in fact kill this sheet. I've almost killed this sheet, which was of course a partial starting out, and I used about half of that sheet for all of this fussy cutting. So that is that. I do have one of the things I did try to do to unify this page was I used a label of the same color from a printable sheet on each pocket, actually with each photo, and I think that did help bring a little more cohesiveness to this pocket page. Okay, so on the back of that pocket page, or the next week thereafter, we find this layout right here. And this is from when my son got new glasses. This is him at the eye doctor's office when he tried them on, because they still have the stickers. And then this is him at home reading the first night he had his new glasses. And so this was a scrap lift, this page, from Kathy McElfresh, who is on, well, she's all over Facebook and YouTube. She's a fabulous, talented scrapbooker. And I was given the challenge to scrapbook her for an online crop that I was involved in. And so I did, and I like how this came out. I still have a little journaling to add right here, and I could add a date or something right there. I may do that. I also could potentially do some more journaling over here on this circle or here on this circle if I need to. I probably don't. Did a little bit of stenciling in the background and some misspatters as well. And of course, this is the Maggie Holmes Open Book Collection, and I had to use this paper because these glasses actually do look kind of similar to his glasses, so of course, duh. Alright, and then this is the pocket page opposing. So we have a 6x12, and then we have these 6 3x4 pockets. And I did film this pocket page as well. I used a sketch for it, and so that video will be up on my channel soon, or possibly already is. If it's already up, I will link it below. But these are what will be side by side in my album. Hopefully you can see that. I'm not really sure where the edge of the camera is. I need to work on that for layout share videos. But obviously I continued the theme of the circles, and as well as the same papers. And these papers, I have about 1/2 sheet left, and those papers were completely killed. So I'll just move this over just a little bit so that you can kind of see the divisions between the cards as well. This pocket here is from Studio Calico, like an eternity ago, and I do still need to go and add some journaling to it, but that is where the majority of my journaling will go. And I can do, what I could do, or what I may do, is just add a white box to the back so I can continue my journaling if I don't have enough space. The other place I'm probably going to I potentially could add some journaling, I'm not sure if I will yet, would be right here. That would kind of work with the sketch, which you'll see in my video, and I could easily pencil in a few lines here and add some more journaling. So that is it. That is my November How to Kill a Kit with Style. Totally killed. I really enjoyed working with the page kits format. I'm now going to move on to working with the page kits from our copycat kit this month. And so hopefully pretty soon I will have a reveal up of those. I believe that was 5 page kits as well, and show how I killed those. And I'm making some progress. I have done 6 Project Life spreads in the last 3 weeks, which I know doesn't seem like a lot, but it's 2 for every week, so I am making a little more headway. I was previously doing about 1 for every week, which is why I wasn't getting caught up, because every time I would get a spread done, another week had passed. So if I can at least continue at the 2 per week, I'm making some headway, and in a year or so I should be relatively close to the actual date. So here's to progress. Thanks so much for watching my video. I hope you'll come back soon for another video, and make sure you like, subscribe, and give a